everyone, it's Cindy, and I'm back with my Marguerite Miller Collage Weekly Planner for week 20. And I know there's been a lot of Marguerite Miller this week. I had to catch up a little bit. I'll apologize now for a bit of a nasally voice and potentially some sneezing. I'm still recovering from a little bit of a sinus cold, and I'm just kind of still in the midst of it. So anyways, that being said, our prompts today are threads or pieces of fabric. I'm thinking what I want to do for that is actually just pull some threads here from my little Ort jar of threads from projects that I'm working on. A famous person. So I found this book, Married in the Movies, and I wanted to find somebody in here to use, and I found this page of Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton and Winona Ryder, so I think I want to use that. And then something that you see through your window. So I was thinking about the front of my house. I have a linden tree, and I have this book, The Guide to Trees of Canada and North America, and inside of it there's a nice page right here that is dedicated to linden and basswood trees, and I have a broadleaf linden, so I'm going to use this page from this book. This is a beautiful book. So we will use this, and might as well pull out the page I want to use from this book too. Okay, and a postcard or a letter or a portion thereof. So this, as well as a date written out, it's all going to come from the same thing. So the date written out, or typed out rather, is on here. This is an invoice from 19th of August 1971 for some linen and wool and other kinds of just different yarns and stuff. And then on back there is a note from the person who was shipping this stuff to their customer. So it's written in pen. Then something blue is the bonus, and I have this little label. I think this is from the paper Cameo on Etsy. So I'll just start by clipping that out because I'm going to use that as my something blue. Okay. So let's figure out what we want to do here. So so I am just kind of waiting for my nose to stop being like extremely runny and annoying. I have promised to stop testing myself for COVID after a PCR and 8 million home tests so that my sinuses can stop getting annoyed with me. I am still negative. Okay. There's our lovely Beetlejuice. Then I'm going to get I think I'll tear out this date here. Okay. Yeah, I'll tear that out. I'm thinking about using the letter itself kind of in the background. Where is my glue stick? There it is. So I have not had a very exciting week. I've just been kind of taking it easy. Over the weekend I just spun yarn because I'm almost to June when my show is, in the middle of June, and I am just trying to build up a little yarn hoard for that show. And then I promise, for those of you who've asked, this is the only show that I'm doing this year. I've decided to take a little break because life is just busy, you know, a full-time job that's quite demanding, 2 children, you know, everything I do in my creative time, all of it, it's hard to also run like a part-time job on, you know, deadlines. I can do it on my own terms, like having my Etsy shop and my YouTube channel and that kind of thing, but having to like be ready for shows is another whole ball of wax. So I'm going to cut out this lovely linden tree leaf. So the funny thing with the linden tree is I have kind of a love-hate relationship with it because, first of all, it is very messy. In the summertime, it drops all these lovely little flowers. They become this big mess that is all over my driveway and my car, and it has a sap that's very sticky, and also the sap attracts insects. So it actually just attracts a lot of different kinds of flies and like assassin bugs and stink bugs and ladybugs. I mean, some of them are great. The rest of them, not so great. But it's a lovely tree. It's very pretty. You can use parts of the linden tree medicinally and for things like tea. It's also the lovely home of my friendly neighborhood mourning doves, whom I enjoy listening to each morning. So I can't really complain. It's a tree that I really like. The other thing about it that's funny is it sprouts all of these right around its base. It sprouts like a bush, a linden bush around the linden tree, which is normal, I guess, for the broadleaf linden. But initially I used to cut them way back because I was like, what is going on with this this tree? And I still do have to trim them because they get very big, but I like them now. I never used to like them, but now I do. Okay, so there is that. Now I need to incorporate my threads here. I think I'm just going to take sort of a random sampling of like thin threads. This is from when I was winding a bobbin and it completely got off of the bobbin and then started to wind around the base of the bobbin on my machine. Good times. Okay. So just kind of get like a nice amount of thread. I don't think I want any embroidery floss though, so I'll get that right out of the mix. Too thick. Okay, where is... There they are. My Beetlejuice. I'm wondering if... This is still too much. We need a lot less actually. Let's just go with the gold and the brown, maybe. Take a little bit of that. Thinking just kind of freeform behind him a little bit would be cute. So I'm just going to heavily put down glue stick. And stick it on. Yeah, that'll stay just fine. And then we will glue these down. Okay. There we go. And then we need this label and the date. I feel like this label is a little too big. Maybe not. Maybe it's actually cute up here. I think I have a smaller one. Sorry, I'm just looking in my stuff over here. Yeah, I have a smaller one. Also, this totally cracks me up. That would be a funny little addition too, but I'll leave it for now. Okay, so I'll put the label here. I mean, I could also put the date on the label. And then that down here, or maybe just the date down here and the label up here. Yeah, I think I want to do that. I like them separately. Oops. Okay. Then, I don't know if I have a word snippet I could put on here. Actually, I'm looking at this book over here, Black Beauty. This is a really old book. I've been harvesting it for words. I've got to say, this is like a really, I don't know if anyone has read this story, Black Beauty. It is a very traumatizing story. It's like, you know, on par with Old Yeller, you know, from like those horrible abuse stories of animals, and oh, it's just terrible. Every time I'm looking at it for just, I haven't read the story, but as I go through it, just like grabbing it for word snippets, it's like, you know, about whipping horses and this and that. It's just a horrible story. I'm like, poor little children that had to listen to this kind of nonsense as a child. Makes me want to turn back the clock and just bundle you up and take you far, far from all of that horrible literature. Okay, I think we have met all of our requirements here. So let's just double check. Thread, done. A famous person, there they are. What you see through the window for me is a linden tree, postcard or letter, portion thereof. That would be behind here. And the date, and something blue. All right, so that's all for Marguerite Miller today. As always, it's just a quick little video. And we are already 20 weeks into the year. I can't believe it. But yeah, I will be back next time with my next Marguerite Miller, and I hope you have a lovely week. Bye for now.